Hey everyone, Alex here, and I'm coming at you today from Kadena Air Force Base in Okinawa, Japan. This is one of only 2 days a year where anyone can come on the flight line to the Americafest event. This event used to happen every other year, but recently they've started to do it every year for one weekend in March, usually. At Americafest, they open up the flight line on Kadena Air Force Base, and so people who are not military affiliated for 2 days can come in and see everything that they have on display. And that is a lot of planes, a lot of activities, a lot of kid-friendly activities, a lot of food trucks, and some STEM booths that are set up, go-kart racing, esports, real sports, live music. They had Kobe Kalei 2 years ago, so they usually have some pretty good things lined up. Today I'm going to show you what there is to see here. Like I mentioned, you don't have to be military to attend Americafest, but since it is held on a military base, there are some guidelines that are outlined on the Kadena Air Base website. For example, you'll need a valid passport, and there is a laundry list of prohibited items, so expect for your bags to be checked. There is parking available on the flight line coming in from Gate 4. If you have base access normally, you can park on base and take many of the shuttles running to the event. The shuttle buses were a disaster a few years ago, but I will say in 2025 they were much better. Every year has a theme, and in 2025 the theme was All-Star Sports Weekend, which may have been why there were so many sports events lined up, including a basketball court setup and an e-gaming area. I think the most exciting part of the 2025 event was the anticipation that the Dodgers and Cubs were in Tokyo during this time, and there was a rumor that they were invited. It would have been insane if the base managed to pull this off, and honestly, it was one of the reasons I stuck around so long to see what was going to happen. And I saw a handful of people wearing their Cubs or Dodgers jerseys in the hope that this was true. Now, let's talk about what you can expect at Americafest, at least from my experience in 2025. So I can't promise this will all be the same in the future. First off, you'll see a variety of aircraft here that are from different branches of the US military as well as the Japan Self-Defense Force. Some you can wait in line to go into and take a little tour with support personnel. Many of these planes also have little booths attached with members of the crew selling refreshments or merch like stickers, patches, t-shirts specific to that flight or aircraft. Other planes you can't get near at all, and you'll notice a boundary set up around them with security keeping watch. While this is not an air show per se, there will likely be planes taking off throughout the event at the adjacent runway. If they are flying fighters that day, it can get pretty loud. While I was there was also a rescue helicopter demonstration, which was pretty cool. In terms of things to do, there's a lot. One of the big attractions, especially because it's in the shade, is this STEM hangar. There's lots of things to do in here, and there are members of the Japanese and American military offering hands-on learning to show you their different career skill sets. For example, you might see booths from search and rescue teams, tactical combat casualty care, flight simulation, forensics units, and weather flights. For little kids, there's a whole kiddie carnival ride type of area. There was also a go-kart track set up. Not sure if this is because of the year's theme or not, but like I said, there were basketball courts set up and an e-gaming stage set up with bleachers. If there were an actual schedule of events around these activities, I couldn't tell you. There was live music on the main stage most of the day, with the main headliners happening at night. It's kind of a mixed bag of who will be there. As I mentioned, there was Colby Calais a few years ago, and the year after that, it was a Taylor Swift impersonator artist, which I think was riding on the coattails of the Eras Tour being in Tokyo that year. In 2025, it was a Japanese rock band called I Don't Like Mondays. In terms of vendors, they had way more than what I was expecting. There were larger booths set up for on-base resources like a giant scuba tent and a golf tent. There were also a few massive rows of smaller local vendors, and like I said, many other vendors spread out selling smaller merch for the different aircraft. There were a good amount of food stalls with a mix of American and Japanese food. Depending on the time of day you visit, you might be in line for a long time. I had some friends who waited like an hour for a smash burger. It could not be me. From what I remember, there was also alcohol being served. I think there's beer available at least, and a few years ago, Chili's was selling margaritas. There are tables set up, but I thought there weren't enough for how many people were there. There was also a severe lack of shade, so many people were eating on the ground underneath the plane's wings, which was kind of crazy. The event itself is very spread out, but overall very well organized and well run. There's a lot to do, and I'd recommend it if you're in the area and interested in what goes on Kadena Air Base. The night is done by 7 p.m. and it ends with fireworks display. If you want to see some planes and aren't here during that weekend, there is one place you can go. It's called the Roadside Station Kadena, and it's a large building with lots of food vendors as well as an observation deck where you can see the Kadena Air Base runway. They have some graphics about the different types of aircraft you might see coming in and out, and picnic tables for you to have a nice lunch. Okay, that's my little video about what to expect at Americafest. I have lots of other videos about Okinawa, so I will leave a playlist to that here. If you're interested in World War II history, I'll also leave a video here about 4 historic sites you can visit during your trip to Okinawa. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!